All right, good morning, everybody. Let's go ahead and get rolling. First thing we're going to do this morning is, I guess we're going to log back into my machine that decided to fall asleep while I was getting ready to start. There we go. First thing we're going to do this morning is I've been reading a lot online, and I think I agree that ChatGPT-4 in the ChatGPT-4 interface has just not been doing very well when it comes to coding. And so I had tried Cursor, um, which is an IDE specifically made to uh, work with ChatGPT 4, or I think you could put other things in it too. But we're gonna try Cursor again, and we're gonna see how well it works. Let's see, how do I install this thing? It's an app image. Oh gosh, I got to remember how to do an app image. Well, guess what? Because we have a good old friend to help us out, it shouldn't be that hard. So let's right click on this. Can I open terminal here? Not on Ubuntu. It is not fast. It is not fancy enough. A lot of the Linux distros have the real nice right click open terminal here, like wherever it's at. But it's not that far. We're just in downloads, so no big deal. So let's go to downloads. Let's see. This is a app image. So because it's a app image, let's just use our little shell GPT friend here and say install this app image file, and then let's just copy and paste the file name in there. Copy. Okay, we're gonna paste. Gonna close our quotes so it doesn't yell at us. What's it say? Chmod, cursor, blah, 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 app image, and oh, that's it? You just run it like that? What? Is that really all it is? Okay. Oh, okay. Which cursor? Well, that doesn't seem to have worked correctly. Cursor app image. Did I not execute that? What did I do? I'm so confused. Execute. Oh, here we go. App image requires fuss to run. All right, let's go back to GPT-4 and ask it how to. Actually, I'm going to use Perplexity for this one. How do you install an .app image file on Ubuntu 22? This is another one of those things you do and you don't do it that often, and so you forget in between. Oh, install libfuse2. Okay. How do you install Cursor IDE on Ubuntu 22? Let's just try that too. I'm going to go ahead and install this though. Install apt, copy. Start trying to remember to use that keyboard shortcut more. Okay. Excuse me, I apologize. Let's see. The following were automatically installed, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so down here, let's see. To install the Cursor IDE, follow these steps, download the app image, install the Fuse 2. I did that. Make the app image executable. We actually did that already. Replace Cursor app image with the actual name you want of your app image file. Oh, okay. Run the app image file. To run the app image file, move the app image file to the op directory. Cursor.appimage. Okay. Create a desktop entry for it. Okay. All right. I guess I haven't done this on Linux before. I've only done it on Windows. But it's fine. Let's do it. We're all about learning new things, right? And trying something just a little different. So let's pull our terminal back up here and let's just get this done. So we're going to pop up here, and we said that we chmoded it. We already did chmod it. So ll./cursor app image. Does it just work now that we've downloaded that other? Yeah, it does. Okay. Oh, SQLite cannot open, unable to open database, caught exception. Oh, okay. I don't really want to do this yet. Let's wait. I'm going to kill it. Let's, I do want to move it. Let's move cursor, blah, 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 to cursor dot app image, right? Oh, it's capitalized dot app image like that. And then we'll do that. And now I guess I could have already moved it once. I can move it to opt without, I think I can move it to opt without sudo. Let's try it. Cursor to opt, cursor dot app image. Okay, nope, I do have to be sudo. Okay, which cursor dot app image. Huh. My opt may not be in my path. Also, it feels like sudo change directory opt. What in the world? Why am I struggling so much this morning? There we go. Okay, let's make a directory cursor in here. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to chown this opt directory for me because I'm the only one that uses this machine anyway. What if I just move? Is it like terrible if I just move this cursor.app image to bin? Yeah. Move cursor.app image to user bin cursor. Oh my gosh, yes. Yes. Linux. Yes. Now if I do which cursor. Oh, I totally named it wrong. Damn it. Now I have to do it again. User bun. Cursor to user bin cursor. Which cursor? There we go. Cursor. Am I still spelling cursor wrong? Why am I like freaking out? There it is. And then I've got it over here. I should be able to. Oh, why can't I pin it? Wonder why it won't let me add it to favorites. Huh. I may have to keep a tab open for it. Okay, let's see how this works. I don't remember. Default shortcuts VS Code, Vim Emacs none. Codebase wide compute embeddings automatically to answer codebase wide questions enabled. Command line, install code command, launch from the command line using code or cursor. Oh, I mean, that is what I want. All right, well, I don't know why it's doing that, but we'll just go in privacy mode. Okay, I'll log in. I'll do that over here off screen real quick. Get logged in. Sorry for the wait. Okay, so we're back to cursor. Let's go ahead and try to close quick code for now. Let's try to get cursor set up this morning, and then we'll get going. First thing we got to do is make this a little bigger because this is really tiny. There we go. All right, definitely gonna have to give it. We got to give it a. There it is. Here's your OpenAI API key. Okay, so I got to do that off screen too here. So give me a second while I get that taken care of. I've got to get my key. Hold on here. You can look at my beautiful background that I've created while I get that going. So I need to do this. Yeah, is that it? Yeah, there it is. Okay, copy this, copy. Let's go back over here. Your API key. Okay. Enabled. Okay. Oh, all right, cool. Says it's done. All right, I think I'm good. I think I've got it. Oh, no, it didn't. Why didn't it? There we go. Now it's got it. All right. Hold on just another second here. Oh, hello. All right, we've got the I'm installing Cursor this morning. If you've never heard of Cursor, it's an IDE that will automatically use GPT-4 in its, to help you like Copilot does, except you can have the chat over here. And I've been reading a lot, and I agree with it that GPT-4 does not have the horsepower that it used to have anymore in the actual like GPT window. And when I say that, I mean like when you're doing the chat online. And I tend to agree. I've tried to use it like I used to, and I don't think it's me. I don't think it's just because I'm hearing other people say it. I don't think it's quite as good anymore as it used to be when you're doing it. So Cursor is it's built on Codium, which is the open source version of VS Code. If you didn't know, VS Code is open source, and so anybody can use it. So these guys are just building on it. And they have, which I got to log in, I guess, here. I thought I had logged in already, but I guess not. So the point is that you can use this, and now I'm able to get code. I can chat with it in the side, and I'm pretty sure I can do it over here too. So there'll be a little bit of learning curve, but we'll figure it out. So let's get going. So let's add our folders in first. So we're going to go over here. We're going to go File. We're going to add folder, add folder to Workspace. Let's go to our repos folder because I always make a repos folder on my machines. We're definitely going to need LLM-RPG because that's the one we're really working on. We're going to add another folder, and that is going to be in repos, and it's going to be the old Emu GPT RPG, which is the old one I did back in October. I want this one below this one. Yes. Yeah, I want it below it, just for my brain. And then we're going to add a folder, one more folder. I need that Lua server. I need this Lua server here, just in case. I think we're past that now, but this is the original repo of the dude that I was able to kind of get the Python server and get kind of the whole idea for how to get all this crap going. So there we go. So we've got all our stuff in here now. If we go back to here, like here's this, and we go to Python server, which is really the only file we've been working out of right now. Do you want to install the Yes, but I thought that I could use my profile in here. Do I not get to do that? I mean, I guess that's okay if I can't, but let's see. And by the way, I also don't like, I'm so used to having all these guys on the side over here. It's kind of annoying that they're up here. I don't really want to take the time to figure out how to move them right now. But let's go ahead and let's go to extensions. And this is like GitHub is like Copilot in here. Yeah, it is. I wonder if I could use Copilot and I bet I can use Copilot and use their chat at the same time. This is going to be insane. I'm going to have both tools installed at the same time. So let's see how that works. So okay. So I have, yes, that's me. Yes, that's me. I don't have voice yet. They keep talking about voice, but it hasn't happened yet. I don't know if Copilot will work inside here. Sign into GitHub. Good. Okay, well, let me sign in. Let me sign into all of my, no, to finish authenticating. Copy, navigate to GitHub, copy and paste in the one-time code. Okay, copy and continue to GitHub. This is strange. Oh my, I mean, this is a one-time code. It shouldn't matter. Best practice and take it off screen here, paste, continue, authorize GitHub. Yes. Coming back. Hey, what's up? Let's see. Good luck with this new configuration. Just came here quickly in working hours to say you're the boss. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Just having fun, right? I hope I don't bore everybody to death. I'm trying to do that thing, right? They talk about like working in public or like, documenting in public, like whatever. And just trying to do those things to be able to help others. And to be honest, it kind of motivates me a little more when I get up and I do this because I get up and I look forward to getting on here and streaming and doing some live code. So, and I always hope that people I really, please, all of you, ask me questions. If you don't understand what you're seeing or you're like, what the frick did you just do, Knox? Like, what was that command? Like, just tell me. I mean, I want to have robust dialogue and do that. Yeah, see this Copilot voice. I feel like I got it when I signed up for Copilot, but then it like keeps saying like, oh, it's not ready. It's been like this for like months. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. Do you want to install the recommended? Yes, I just want to log in under my profile. I don't know why it doesn't happen. These sessions looks nice. Oh, thanks. I hope my commentary is entertaining, especially when I rant. I get on rants about things. Hopefully, everybody knows it's just all in good fun, and that I just am just picky. So there's my little Copilot guy right here. So I know I've got Copilot. I've also got GPT-4. So now we have multiple options for help. Yes, we want to install Python. We're just going to have to do it without a profile. We'll just be building kind of a new profile in here. Okay, so for those of you who may not know what's going on, let's recap real quick and we'll talk about where we are in the project and what the project that we're working on even is. I've renamed this project LLM-PLAYS-RPG, as you may have seen from the name here of day 3. And what we've got is I have the FCUEX emulator. We have the Final Fantasy game that I'm loading. Here is Final Fantasy. We have a little save file that we're going to open real quick here because load state form, open this save file. So we get our little guy. There he is. He's out here. And we have built a, what you have to do is the UC, a FCEUX engine or emulator has a Lua script engine. This is the really important part. Now, I believe they built this Lua script engine more for like TAS. What is TAS? TAS stands for dang it, it's something automated scripting, or anyway, it's so they can do the like machine assisted speed runs, not people speed runs, machine assisted speed runs, the frame by frame stuff. And so they built it for that. But one of the things that somebody built at some point is a socket server. There's a socket server for Lua that allows the Lua to talk directly to Python. And so that allows me to be able to talk directly to the emulator with my code. So let me show you how that works real quick. Let's change directory to home, repos, LLM-RPG, sudo Python 3. We're going to have to make an alias for this, by the way, because I remember last time I did this, it gets really old having to type this all out all the time. Sudo Python 3, Python server, .py, and we run this, and we at the end of the day yesterday, we added fast API into the picture too. So the first thing it does is it's waiting for connection from emulator, okay? That's the emulator. Here is the Lua thing. We hit start on the socket connector for the emulator. Boom. Now we have connected to the emulator through Python. We have direct access to send keypad, like the NES controller. We can send direct controller button presses to the emulator from Python, and we can read the memory directly from Python. So I can read all of this, and in October I got really deep. So we're going to get back there. I went ahead and added the fast API server yesterday because, in fact, let's do this. Let's open a separate Firefox instance so that we know that the Firefox is really just for trying to test our API stuff with fast API. And I've got to learn how to use what is it? There's the API testing thing that's been around forever. My mind is going blank right now. You guys will remember what it is. It's and you can get it in VS Code now. Used to oh man, I almost had it. Postman, that's what it is. You used to be able to use Postman online. I think you still can. For a while, they wanted you to use a desktop app, and I think now you can get Postman as a plugin in your VS Code, which I'm assuming it'll work in Cursor then, because Cursor basically is just VS Code, and then you can test all your like API stuff. Anyway, I digress. The point is, HTTP 127.0.0.1, because we're running it here locally. It's running on port 8000. You can see up here. And I believe we had party names, because I was proving that we can. There we go. Look. Oh, I like this in Chrome. This is nice. Oh yeah, I'm really glad we did this in Chrome instead of in Firefox instead of Chrome. This is much prettier and allows us to really look at it. So yeah, party names comes back as JSON. If we do raw, we can see here it's party names and then a list of the party names. If I go over here and I click this button, you can see that that is the name of the party names, and it was able to get them from the memory of the game. if I go in here and I change it to party HP, then we see here again the party HP. Now I haven't worried about marrying the names to the HP because, as you can see, they're in order. So why do I need to? I don't need to worry about that, right? I'm just going to trust that index 0 is Lou, index 1 is Vega, index 2 is Xavier, and index 3 is Q. Okay, so we're just gonna go with that, and we're gonna keep doing it that way. And it's not party coordinates, it's just coordinates. Yeah. So this is another really big thing. Final Fantasy as a game, there is a memory location that has the XY coordinates of the players at all times. So we have a source of truth to know where they are at any given moment. Isn't that cool? So we can always know the exact location of where they are on the map. So as we start building out an LLM to be able to, and by the way, when I say this, we're not going to have a single like instance of a script that's running GPT-4 that's playing this game. It's not how it's going to work. This is going to end up having lots of systems, and this is good for even me to review this. So let's go back and look at it, and then we'll get moving in earnest from where we are today. So let me open up my Excalidraw.com, and we'll. Oh, it's making me log in again. Hold on just a second while we get logged in. If you don't use Excalidraw, it's a lot of fun. It's a really nice little online way to be able to build stuff. Oh yeah, I just have this one. Yep. Hold on just a second. There we go. Okay, here we go. All right, so this is the. I'll make it as big as I can make it so we can get a good look at it. Okay. Right about there, and then we'll stretch it over here. If you can't figure out what I'm doing, I have this is an Ubuntu VM, but I've got it on my ultra wide, and I just show you one half the screen. That way I can move everything over to the other half of the screen and hide it every once in a while. Okay, so let's blow this thing up a little bit. Oh my gosh, I'm forgetting my controls though. I apologize. Okay, so here we go. Final Fantasy 1 is maybe I'm gonna get this. Oh my gosh, guys, how do I always forget all these controls? Okay, so here it is, NES emulator, FCEUX, we got that. Final Fantasy, Lua script engine. We talked to Python through the sockets. Here is the Python. The Python is, we've decided, I think, that all we want this Python server, which we're going to rename this the Python server. See, that's why you have to come back to these things, because you have to update them for the things you've been working on. Python server .py is the name of this file, so we might as well just do this. And we've decided that this is going to be information. Okay, all it's going to do is it's going to read and write memory locations. It probably won't actually write. I'm going to take write out of there because I really don't want to. We're not cheating. We're not going to cheat. If we write to a memory location, we're going to cheat. We don't want to cheat. Send all button combinations. So that's all going to be from here. So this will send button combinations, and this will request screenshots. And then we're going to have a subsystem that is the eyes for the system. Now we have a machine called Sage, and so we're going to stick. I need to put that over here. Sage is my LLM machine. And Sage has an i9, 20 cores, 128 gig of RAM, two 3090s, with a total of 48 gig of VRAM on the GPUs. So we have that at our disposal as we keep going forward. And so with that, we should be able to do OCR, Lava, if we need to do some open computer vision. I've got the horsepower here for us to do that kind of. I know, right? Potato ops. I know it's a beast. I don't think if I move back, I think you can see it. Yeah, there it is. That's it right there. This guy over here, I built him over Christmas. So that is not the machine that is hosting the stream right now. That is a separate machine on my network. So maybe we'll do a little demonstration of him later on if you guys want to see it. I'll pull up Olama and we'll try a couple models out. If you guys are like, please try some models, I want to see Olama. We can do that. See if I can get a 3090. Yeah. So I went on and I already had one 3090 and I got the second one from Amazon over Christmas. There was, and it's refurbished. It's a refurbished 3090 and I got it considerably cheaper and it's been running like a top. So maybe I just got lucky, but it works. It ended up being a good one. All right, so so there's that second system. That's going to be our eyes. Then we're going to have a brain. Ooh. Yeah. I don't really have a deep ML background. That's one of the things I want to do this year is maybe do some ML studying. But I am an old automation engineer, DevOps guy, have been for years, used to teach code in high school level. Now I'm a cybersecurity crazy madman. And I just love to learn. I've kind of gotten aversion to certs now because I've had so many of them in my past, like literally so many certs, and I'm kind of over them. I'm in the phase of life now where this is what I want to do. I want to make things. I don't need to do certs to prove anything. I just need to go make. That's how you prove things at my age. So anyway, brain. Okay, so brain is going to be Redis. Okay, well, Redis and most likely Chroma. So I think I've now decided to name this. We're going to name this Oracle. Stupid name, but that's what we're going to name it. We are doing a RPG, so let's just go with classic RPG stuff. Yeah, I know you do have to have some piece of paper, right? I get it. I had to get some kind of piece of paper, and in my case, I did not go to college for computer science. I had just done it as a side thing. It was a hobby. And when I started teaching code at the high school level, I started talking to parents in the tech industry because I was fascinated by it and because I loved it, right? And I figured out immediately that I knew more than all of them. And I was like, what the frick? How do I know more than all these parents who work in tech full time? I'm doing the wrong job. And so about 11 years ago, I jumped out of education and went into the tech world, and I've never looked back. I've just had a ball because I love this stuff, as you can tell. So anyway, Oracle here is going to be two things, I think. I think this is going to end up being Redis and Chroma. So I have a feeling we're going to need both. So we're going to have Redis to be able to just do more old school database crap. And then we're going to have Chroma because we're going to need a vector database for embeddings for being able to have a RAG system. So this is going to end up being our RAG machine too. So I need to add that in here. This is going to be our, whoops. Yeah, this is going to be our RAG machine. So all that's going to be in here. And eventually we'll even get to the point to where we're going to have a this is way off like stretch goal. I still really want to get to the point where if we get story mode going, we actually are able to make pictures and things like that. So that's the big dream. That's where we're at right now. I think the first system that I want to build is this. Let me scroll down and we'll talk about the first. Oh, what did I even have over here? Hold on. Oh, I had the RAG over here. Okay, that's why I've got. Well, this isn't going to be separate, so we're just going to. I think this is going to be the same machine now because I've built a separate machine just to do these tasks. So for now, we're just going to move this over closer so we can see that like this is the same thing. We'll just do something really stupid like that until I decide that it's time to update that. But that's the same machine. Okay, so with that in mind, I had down here, like, this is where I was thinking about the machines. So again, here's the machines. This is the machine we're on right now, Final Fantasy VM. This is the Oracle machine that's going to have the Redis and the Vector DB. This is Sage, who we already have built, who's going to be our local LLM Lava OCR Open Computer Vision machine. Oh, and if we do end up having yes, I do. I have another machine that I use for the Comfy UI stuff that has a 3060 with 8 gig of RAM, because the Stable Diffusion stuff doesn't require nearly the horsepower. It has a 8. No, it has a 12. My Stable Diffusion Comfy UI machine has a 12 gig card in it. So it's totally fine. Like, it can totally handle anything we need. So I haven't named that machine yet. We'll come up with a name for it, but there is another machine that would take care of images, which is great, because we don't want, if we do go with this like image generation thing, I don't want it bogging down our process, right? We can send those jobs off over here. They'll come back. That won't slow down this machine that's probably doing some more intensive junk. All right. Man, I was fast and passionate. Sorry. Any questions? Anything that I'm like stupid and like not making a lot of sense on? Yeah, Potato Ops. I am recording all of them. And this is only day 3 of this when I kind of started over. So I do have the older ones, and I think Twitch has got the replays of like the ones where we were hacking on Try Hack Me, but this is only day 3 of kind of doing the RPG stuff. So yeah, I've got them, and I've got them on my YouTube channel too, which I guess I don't know if I need to post it here. It's just Knox from the Bunker on YouTube also. Okay, so now let's get to work. We've rehashed the project long enough. Okay, so back over. Oh no, I do have one more thing we have to rehash. Okay, so here's my first. Oh, how do I explain this? Okay, here's my first idea for what we should do with where we should go from right now. We should go ahead and we need to get the screenshot function down next. So the next thing we need to do is get a screenshot function down, which we have. It's in the code. We just have to create the little fast API call for it. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Oh man. Wow, that's a long time driving. Yeah, you could totally just listen to me babble the sweet sounds of my 4-cylinder voice as you're driving down the highway. So what I want to do is I want to add the screenshot function next. And here's my thought. This screen, the dimensions on a NES, I think we can ask ChatGPT for this stuff in our, I gotta open another tab. What are the pixel dimensions? I'm totally spelling this wrong, but it knows what I'm saying. Of an NES game. Oops, and I'm pretty sure it's the same. I'm pretty sure that it's, yeah, 256 by 240. That's right. Okay, so it's 256 by 240. And so what if we divide the screen by into 16 by 16. What am I trying to say? Icons, blocks, sprites. There's another word for it. I'll say sprites, but sprites is not the right word. It's something else. Anyway, oh, I literally just typed it in without even putting the G on the front. It has to at least have that G. Oh, it doesn't keep the conversation. I forgot that too. Let me just do it in a real chat so I can have a real chat with it about. Oh, I can do it in my cursor. That's what we need to do. We need to practice using cursor for this kind of thing. Okay, so cursor. Let's just open up the Python server Pi. Whoops, I didn't need a breakpoint there. And then I think, is this it? How do I open the chat? I don't remember. I'm just clicking this because I want to see how the Copilot does work. It looks like Copilot chat. Interesting. So I've got my Copilot chat over here. How do I open the cursor chat? Why don't I remember how to do it? There it is. Why don't I used to do this when I had it on my other machine. Open, that's its AI settings. I've got it. Oh man, I'm gonna have to go Google it real quick. What's this? Run the Python file. Why don't I remember how to open this window? What if I like copy some of the text of it here? Chat, Control L. Okay. Okay. I don't need that. I just needed that chat window. I got it now. Okay, so I am working with a screenshot of an NES game. It is 256 by 240. How many I still don't like. I still am stupid and can't remember the word I'm trying to say. How many sprites would? How many 16 by 16 sprites? How many 16 by 16 sprites would be in the screenshot? Yeah, so it's 16 by 15. That's right. Okay, it's all coming back to me now. All right, so 16 by 15. And so here's my point, right? Like, we're going to have to make, we don't have to, but we're going to make a big, massive 2D grid. So we're making a massive 2D grid of the coordinates of the entire game. And so we're going to make and it'll have to be a 2D grid with like, so this location needs to have a couple of different things in it. It needs to have, for instance, like I would love to have it like, what is this? Like, is it grass? Is it trees? Is it whatever? Now remember, I don't want to explain that to it though. I want it to figure it out on its own. So I'm not quite sure how we're going to do that. What instead we're probably going to have is like a unique identifier. We can hash the block here. And so every time there's a perfect green block, we can hash it. And then that way it has a unique ID, right? And then the only other field I can think of that we need right now is passable. And so what I mean is, can you walk through it or can you not walk through it? So like these guys, you can't walk through this little wall right here, but you can walk through this grass and you can walk through these trees and you can actually walk on top of the dock here, but you can't walk on the water, right? So we need to make a data structure in the Redis that is persistent, by the way, that allows us to take a screenshot, divide this up into the 16 by 15 icons, whatever we're going to call them, And then we need to be able to have it start to map this stuff and say, okay, this is the unique hash, this is the unique hash, this is the unique hash. And it'll take a little time. It's going to be a little bit of a slow process. But as he keeps walking around, every time he moves, he theoretically shouldn't have to rehash all these other ones. He should really only have to rehash, like if he takes one step to the left, really the only ones he hasn't hashed should be these ones over here. He should have hashed all these others, so we don't need to do it again. So we need to build a system so every time he moves, he just continues exploring and adding these hashes and figuring out, can I move, can I move, can I move over the things. So that is what we're going to need to research first. How do we build a ever-growing 2D system? Now, for instance, we know because the XY is 146 to 158, we know that that's where we're at here. But the map of the entire game, I don't know how big it is. So we're going to need to be able to have it grow as time goes by. And I believe, by the way, so this is X 146. And by the way, I'm not sure if our X and Y are correct. Let's see, X is, oh man, I'm doubting myself this morning. X is horizontal and Y is vertical. X in XY is horizontal, right? Oh man, I can't believe I'm asking this on Twitch live. I'm so old and can't remember things. Yeah, okay, so X is horizontal and Y is vertical. So theoretically, when we take one step to the, okay, and now we do, so it was 146, this should be 147 now? Okay, it went up one, and then it's just the Y that's backwards, because now the Y, we go down one, and now this Y is going to go up to 159. Okay, it's correct. It's working correctly. All right, so that's what we would expect. Okay. But my point is, we don't know how big is this map, and whatever data structure we have has to have the ability to grow, which I guess is fine, because like in a database like a Redis, it'll just keep growing, right? Can you? Okay. I'm using Redis. I am using Redis, and I need to create a 2D table that is able to hold the fields ID and passable. I may need to add more fields later. Let's see what it says. It says in Redis, you can use a hash data structure to represent a 2D table. Each field in the hash can represent a cell in your 2D table, with the key being a composite of the coordinates or an ID, and the value being another hash in the fields you need. My 2D table, 1 ID 1. Oh, that's the unique identifier. ID 1 passable true. Okay. In this example, my 2D table 1 and my 2D table 2 are keys for the hashes that represent rows or cells in your 2D table, with 1 and 2 being the IDs of these cells. The The ID and passable are fields within each hash. The 1 and the true being the values for each cell, and the false. So, oh my, it just goes into some really big details. Remember that Redis does not support nested data structures directly, so if you need to represent a complex 2D table with multiple fields per cell, you'll need to flatten it out into this kind of hash structure, or consider serializing your data into a JSON string and storing the string if the data structure gets oh, well, that would be fine. I feel like we could do that. I understand what it's saying. It's saying that what you may want to do, I think what it's saying is that you still just have like a 2D list, right? It's just a giant 2D list, and if you only need like 2 fields, just use JSON. Like the only thing you put in each location is a JSON value that has like the 3 things you need, and that would be fine. That would be totally fine, I think, for what we're doing. So let me clarify with it again. So I could look up the information by the indexes. Yeah, indexes. I don't know how to put that in there. Indexes of the 2D table like I would in Python. For instance, in Redis, you cannot directly use a 2-dimensional index like that. You would in Python. However, you can simulate this by creating a key that represents the indexes in the string format. For example, you could concatenate the indices into a string like 25 and use that as the key for your hash. Okay, so that makes sense. So the index, yeah, that actually makes sense. So the index is the coordinates. So the coordinates is the index, and then we would have, okay, so my table 25 ID, some ID, passable, true. Okay, so that would be good. I think that's what we want. If you need more fields later, you can use the hset command with the same key, okay? Remember to maintain a consistent key structure. Okay. Wow. Okay, this is going to be exciting, guys. Haven't done this before, so going to be a lot of fun. First thing we're going to do is let's get this screenshot thing going. Okay, so let's go over here, and we're going to go to the Python server. We are going to find our screenshot function. Yeah, can LLMs play an RPG? We will see. Okay, so here it is. We are going to search for screenshot. Screenshot. Okay, there's our screenshot. Here it is right here. Define class method screenshot. Okay, so we are in which class though? We're in the GUI class. So we should be able to, and it returns the screenshot. I don't remember where it saves the screenshot. That's going to be a pain in the ass because I don't think we have the ability to tell it exactly where the screenshot is saved. I'm trying to remember how that works. I think I literally had to like save it and wait 1 second and pick the screenshot up last time. The good news is that if when we're exploring new territory, it'll be a little slower because it'll need to like look around and try to actually like keep mapping things out. But if it's in an area where it's already been, it's like, I don't need to take a screenshot. I already know where I am. I've got my database mapped out and everything's good. So let's go ahead and see if we can figure out. First, we'll just add in here, take screenshot. So let's go all the way up to, oh man, I wasn't kidding. I got to get like all the way up. Let's close a bunch of these. Damn. Joypad zapper, sound. This guy did a good job when he made this. Although I do remember there is one I'll have to go back to my old code. He did not have there's a function that Lua has that lets you look at an entire like string of memory, and he never implemented that. He only implemented looking at like a single byte of memory, and I did figure out how to implement looking at the string of memory. And if we need that, I can go steal it. That's why I've got my old code here if I need to go steal that. Okay, so up here in our fast API functions, we're going to do a new one here. We're going to do, oops, at app dot get screenshot. Okay, there's screenshot. Let's see how good. Yep. Return message. Hello world. No. Nice. We're going to have to do a fetch screenshot because remember that's our naming convention that we decided to do is we're going to do fetch screenshot. So that keeps these all very nice. They all are nice. So now we're going to go down here. We're going to go, this is where all of these are at. There's fetch party names. There's fetch party HP. And here we go. So right here, I'm going to do define fetch screenshot, fetch XY coordinates from the emulator using, why do we need to fetch? We don't need to do that. We're going to do GUI dot. Oh, there's a save screenshot as. What the frick? This is why I love effing Copilot. I am a squirrel, and I would have just been like, oh man, I don't know where it saves the files at. I was just going to save it to a random place. And literally, like right below it is one that says save screenshot as. This is why you read the documentation. This is why you actually take 2 seconds and don't be like me, doing not reading things. So you've just started using Copilot Potato Ops. It will change your life. It will change your life. You will be so, I don't know, delighted. Delighted is the word that I say. I mean, it makes coding so much more fun. It feels like you have a good friend who never makes fun of you because Copilot did not make fun of me because like, hey idiot, there's a function here called save screenshot as, you dummy. It didn't do that. It just said like, hey man, let me help you out. I'm your friend, right? It doesn't judge you for being dumb, and I really appreciate that. So we're gonna leave this as screenshot.png right now, but that's stupid. That's not really what we want. But we'll do it. Just because we want to see what happens, and we're gonna leave it literally right here, just screenshot, and it should just save it right here. Actually, let's do one thing. Let's make a folder, and we're gonna call it screenshots. Yeah, and this is not going to be the end, not the end, but we're gonna use it. So create a screenshot file name with a current timestamp. Now do it. Boom. Sorry, hope that didn't hurt your ears. We're gonna have to add time.time though. I don't know why it like thinks we're gonna be able to just do that. Time, import time. Oh, we already have time. All right, so we're good. We've already got time input in here. Okay, so I think that'll work. And that way we won't save over our screenshot. Oh, you know what we need in it? Oh, let's get clever for a second. Let's get clever. Let's You know what? We don't need a timestamp. Why would we need a timestamp? We only, let's think of this for a minute. Let's be greedy. We only need a screenshot of an area one time if we have the coordinates. So we really don't care about the timestamp in the file name. What we care about are the coordinates in the file name. Because if we take a screenshot with the coordinates in the file name, and we use the same convention, and then it goes to take a screenshot of the exact same coordinates, it should stop and say, no, do not take this screenshot again. We already have a screenshot of these coordinates. We don't need another screenshot of these coordinates. Oh, I love it. I love it. Because then we will help speed up our process, and we won't slow down our process by literally taking a screenshot every step we take. We know where we are. We have a North Star in our coordinates memory that we can grab. So we're not going to do that. We're going to change this. Okay. So we're going to grab the current coordinates. Oh my gosh. Is it freaking listening to me? What in the... Can it hear what I'm saying? What? I really, it is amazing that it can like anticipate where you're going with your thought process. It's like it really is like it's like you're a dummy. When you sit and think about this long enough, you'll realize you need to do it this way. It's so crazy. Okay, so we just need to do where is it? Where am I at? Okay. Uh tab current XY goes fetch coordinates. Um, and then the problem is that they're, I guess that's fine. That's fine. We'll do that. And then let's see if we try to do the screenshot over again now. Screenshot file name. Screenshot XY. I don't need the word screen. I guess it's fine to keep the word screenshot on there. It'll just be a nice convention, I guess. So we'll try that. I guess that's far enough. Let's restart our server and let's see if it works. And it should be as easy as just hitting the endpoint that we named screenshot. Okay. So we had the screenshot. There it is. Okay, so let's pull up this. Let's pull up this. Let's go back to here. Let's kill this. Oh, that's crazy. It's supposed to be async. It's not quite async, but it's all right. We're fine. So we're going to start the server back up. It's fine. Waiting on connection. We start. Unicorn. Okay, we're good. I don't know if we actually told it to send anything. Like, it's going to do the screenshot, but is it going to actually, like, the details not found? We do need to tell it to send like a return like a success, right? So let's do that real quick. So we need to return copy return screenshot file name, screenshot file. That's perfect. That's perfect. Okay, so next time we'll actually get that. Okay, so let's look in screenshots. No screenshot though. So why is there no screenshot here? Did it not? Why didn't that work? Maybe because it had no detail found, it like didn't work right. Maybe it didn't actually finish the function. I don't know. Let's try it again. Start this. Restart. Screenshot. Oh, see, yeah. Why did it do that? Did I what what did I do? Screenshot. Okay. Copy. I don't know if detail not found means that, I mean, it must have hit something. Let's look over here. Oh, 404 not found. How is it not found? Let's try party HP. Okay. Why was screenshot not found? What did we do wrong? App get screenshot define return fetch screenshot. It's saying it's like it's not even an endpoint. What am I doing wrong? Why? What? All the other ones are working fine. Yeah. I mean, this is not going to work, by the way. I'm just trying to like, detail not found. Okay. Return. Let's look. Okay, so let's go down here. So we've got, oh, you know what? Does cursor not save automatically? Autosave. Aha! That's the problem. Okay, so this is the problem with switching IEDs. In VS Code, I always have autosave turned on. It's one of the preferences I have, and so when I log in as me and my profile in VS Code, I get autosave. But because Cursor, our brand new IDE we got today, does not seem to have a way, or I haven't figured out how to load my profile from VS Code, it did not have autosave turned on, and I am lazy and expect it to just save the second I move away from wherever I'm at. So anyway, that's it. That's what the problem was. This is the consequence of like trying to switch like an IED. Okay, so run, and now we'll hit restart, and now it's up, and now it's running, and now we hit screenshot. Yeah, screenshot. There it is. Oh, this is beautiful. And it has the coordinates in it, so we can always go back and grab it if we need to. But where did it save it? Where did you save it though? Oh, this is great. So let's see. Boop. So we saved the screenshot. It says it saved it, but I don't see it over here. Let's. I guess I'm going to have to open one more tab. Here we go. I'm right here. LL, not there. Change directory screenshots, not there. Where did you save it at? It's supposed to be save screenshot as, but does it still not let me save it in the folder I want to save it in? Copy. Let's use our G again. G, S. Find this file on this machine. Find this file on this machine. I hate the find command, so I'm gonna let it write the find command for me. It's searching. Oh, why does it save it in there? Resources, Lua scripts. Is that where I have, why did it save it in there? Because that's where the Lua listener is running. And the Lua listener is actually the one saving the file. Fascinating. So I did get it. It's tiny. I can blow it up. There we go. But fascinating. All right, well, we're going to move this one to screenshots. Yes. And now we're going to come over here. And we're going to, oh, why is that like, oh, it's still trying to search. Okay, we're going to do this, copy. I'm going to break one of my own rules and hard code a little. I don't like to do that, but I don't ever think I will ever run this on any machine but this one. So I guess I can make it a, let's make it up here. So I've got like, let's take the time to do this right. Okay, so we're going to put define constants. Okay, and one of them is going to be screen shot save path. And it's going to be screenshots. Yeah, let's go ahead and stick that on the end. I always like to go ahead and stick it on the end so I have to think about it. And then let's do this too because I like it. It looks kind of fun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like doing goofy things like that. Looks nice. I need to go through and do it for everything though eventually. Okay. Now we need to use that path. So let's go back down here. We're finally coding this morning. This is fun. Okay, so now we're going to screenshot file name. Let's make this an F string. And then we're going to do really like F strings in Python if you haven't used them. Very nice. Whoops. Do this. Don't need a space. And we're going to put screenshot save path. That should work. Let's try again. We got to kill the program. Control C. Oh, that wasn't what we needed. We need to go here. No, not that one. That's cursor. I'm gonna break this out if I can. Can I break this? Can I break this out? Detach. Yeah. Because I got that out of there. I'm afraid I'm gonna like break my. I'm gonna like do this to my cursor instance, and then my cursor instance is just gonna die, be gone, and we don't want that. All right, waiting on server. Restart. Connected. Uvicorn. We're good. Emulator. Right here. Take screenshot. Boom. Screenshot file name. There it is. Back to cursor. Let's see if it's there. Cursor. Screenshots. Screenshot. Right here. It did it. Okay, so it looks like actually let's delete it. Delete. Move to trash. Over here. Refresh. Take it. Over here. Screenshot appears. Boom. Profit. We got it. Okay, so we now have a screenshot. Now we're going to go ahead and implement the thing that let's not, I'm thinking. what I want to do is I already want to put something in there that says if the coordinates exist, like check the directory, and if this screenshot already exists, don't take it. I don't know how fast that file lookup will be when we get to where we have like 600 file names that it has to go through. I don't know how fast that is, but I still feel like it's probably faster than taking the screenshot we don't need, right? You know, it might be faster when we get when we get there is instead of trying to have it search through file names, the faster thing to do would be to do a Redis lookup, because Redis is fast. Redis is at least from my understanding. That's why everybody always uses it, because Redis is lightning fast. So because Redis is so fast, what we should do is if we go back to the code, when we look up or when we get a request for a screenshot, the very first thing that should happen is we should grab the current coordinates and we should look them up against Redis. And in fact, it's probably going to be different. It probably in the future, once we get this really working, think about it. Our little guy, his coordinates are going to update every move without a problem. And what we'll actually do is we'll do it the other way. Okay, this makes sense now. So he moves over here, and when he moves, there's going to be an update function. The update function will update his current coordinates, and it will very quickly look up in Redis, do we have a screenshot and do we have data on this coordinate? If we do, then move on about your day. Everything's great. But if we don't, then take the screenshot. So I really don't need right now we don't need to try to stop and say, hey, look through the files, see if you have a file with these coordinates, don't take the screenshot if you find the file. I mean, just me saying it out loud is so slow. That's not going to be the way we'll do it eventually. Okay, so we've got a screenshot now. So now that we have a screenshot, I guess we're going to have to start, we're ready to start going over to Redis. Are we ready for that, or do we need to make him move a little yet? Let's go ahead, and we probably need to go ahead and start figuring out how to get just a little bit of a brain going. And let's have some fun and start trying to get our LLM working a little bit over there. This will be a good time. And we will remember our first task for our LLM playing the RPG is we're literally just going to tell it, hey, your job is to walk around and create a map of your environment. We'll tell it where it is and what it's playing, and that it needs to walk around and look at the map. And we're going to have to use GPT-4 in the beginning because we need functions. And the local LLMs just still don't have good function capability. And I'll explain what those are when we get there. I won't waste the time explaining all that this morning. We will find other uses for the local LLMs. I know we will. We'll end up finding like little things that are not as difficult, like a function that we can have the local LLMs do. But when it comes to the part of the decision making where a function must happen, then we will have to reach out to GPT-4 and say, hey, I need you to execute this function. So that's exciting. I'm very excited. Okay, so with that in mind, our Redis server is on a different machine, and that is totally fine. We can use VS Code, if you didn't know it, to connect to a remote machine. So we can code on that machine here and just have it as another file and have a terminal open to it. No problem. So we don't have to go anywhere. We can stay right here in this desktop and keep doing everything. Now, the first thing we have to do is I have to remember, though, what the IP address was for it when I made it yesterday, because I made the machine I installed Redis and got it all ready to go. So I see the IP address. Okay, so let's get set up on here for that. Have I ever even made a, let's see, ll.ssh. Okay, good. I have my IDRSA on here, so that's good. We're gonna SSH copy ID because I don't want to put in passwords all the time to Nox at 192.168.150.44. Is that my Redis server? Yeah, 44 is where my Redis server is. Okay, it's going to ask me to put in my password one time. There we go. And now I should be able to just SSH Nox at 192.168.150.44 and just log straight in. Boom, we're in Oracle. All right, so we're in Oracle now. Now, again, as usual, Nox is going to be super lazy. I'm going to exit, go back to this machine, and I'm going to type echo quote, and I'm going to put alias Oracle equals single quote SSH Nox at 192.168.150.44 single quote full quote append double arrows for append to my bash RC. There we go. And now I have added a alias for this. So now I need to source my my bash RC here. That basically, I don't know. I still don't understand why it's called source. Basically, when you run source, I just started a new bash session. You can't really see it. Nothing happened. But if I hit exit right now, which I'll do, well, right now it'll work, right? Like if I put in Oracle, now I'm going to SSH to this machine. If I exit this, and then I hit exit again, oh, it did. It actually exited the window. Okay, so it was fine. But now any new terminal I open, my bash RC, that stands for run commands, bash run commands, has that alias in it. And now I've created an alias for Oracle. So now we just have to type Oracle and we get to the Oracle machine. Okay. So that was free. That was an absolutely free tip from Nox today. No need to pay me or anything for that one. You learned something new. So here we are. We have Redis. We need to. How do we want to do this? First, let's get a repos folder because I don't think I have one in here. So first things first. We're in home. Let's make dir repos. So I always make a repos directory. We're going to change directory, repos. Okay. Now we need to make dir, and we're going to call this. What are we going to call it? LLM. Oh, you know what we ought to do? Oh, no, that's a bad idea. I almost thought about it needs to be like in the same repo. And we just like work across two machines on the same repo, but that's terrible. I've done that before and it just sucks. It's terrible. So I guess we'll just make another, we're going to go ahead and just make another folder over here. Eventually we'll have to pull the code into this other repository. But it sucks trying to keep like both of them updated and committed and with the commits and stuff. They'll get mad and they'll be like, this one is 2 commits behind that one, and gets really stupid. So let's make directory, and we're just going to call it Big Brain for now because we're dumb. Big Brain. I will regret this later, I'm sure. Big Brain. So there we are. LL Big Brain. Okay, so now we're going to come over here, and we're going to connect to host, and we're going to add a new SSH host, and we're going to put Nox at 192.168.150.44, and I think that will work. Host added, connect. It is not Knox server, it is Oracle. Whoops. Okay, save. Okay, oh, it opened it in a new window. That's right. It does open it in a new window, which is fine. So now we're going to open a folder. So we will have to have two copies of cursor open to be able to do this right, but it's okay. Couldn't establish a connection. Oh, damn it. I did that backwards. Close remote. Look at the host file. How do I look at the host file? Configuration file. I did it backwards again. I always do it backwards. The host is 192.168. .150.44. The host name is where I can put in an actual name. Like that. Okay. So that's saved. Okay. So now I should be able to put connect to host. What? Why did it do that? Open a folder. Repos. Big brain. Boom. We can close this one. Pull this one over. Okay, so we got big brain in here now. Nice, nice. Let's make a testing folder. I always like to do that too. And in here we need to make a well, no, let's just make a file here. Let's just go to Big Brain and make a file. Let's just do it. YOLO. YOLO, baby. And we're going to do test screenshot test. I guess I am going to put it back in there. I just literally named it test screenshot. If I'm going to name it test screenshot, I guess I have to put it in the test folder, right? Okay. Here we go. So we're going to need requests, import requests, because the first thing we're going to do is just try to remotely ask it to take a screenshot. That's the first thing we're going to do. So request a screenshot from request a screenshot from 192.168.150. Oh, dang it. What is this one? 70 something, 70, 204. Oh, this is 204. Well, where the emulator is running is 204. 204, 8000 slash screenshot. That's all we named it, right? Okay, so I should be able to do that. What? Go. What are you doing? Are you kidding me? It didn't save all my junk? I don't understand what's happening right now. How did this not like load all my preferences? It's got my key in it. How did you not get? I guess it's because it's a new machine. I'm not going to try to install that stupid voice thing again. Okay, now it's all installed. Okay. All right, there we go. And now it's down there. Okay, so now if I go back and do that. Well, what are you doing? I just said, yeah, I don't understand. Let's copy this. Oh, I thought I like copy. Let's see what happens when I. Now this is not Copilot. This is from Cursor, which is using GPT-4. Is that really all I got to do? And then just print response, just so I can see the response. Oh, status code. Okay, it's literally all we got to do. All right, sweet. Well then let's do it. Can I open a terminal here? View terminal. We'll just do that. We don't need to have another terminal right now. So we're watching over here. Can you see this? Yes, I'm looking up at what you guys can see. Got a screenshot. We got one screenshot here. We're going to go ahead and delete it again, just because we haven't moved him, and we need to verify that it actually works. So we're going to change directory testing. Look at this. We're going to do Python 3 test screenshot. Boom, and did not work. Okay, so Python 3, I forgot this machine is brand new, so it doesn't have anything on it. Pip install requests, because requests is not part of the Python standard library. Never has been. I don't know. No one really knows. I mean, we do know why. It's because it's actually written by somebody, but oh, requests. Is it that it? Is that what the problem was? What? Except. Oh my gosh. No module name request. Is it requests? Yeah, it's requests. Did it? What? I don't understand. All right, it doesn't matter. We got it working. Oh my gosh. All right, we just remotely requested a screenshot. So sweetness, right? Perfect. One of the other things we need to do is if we're going to do the processing of it, not here, but on the other machine, we've got to get it. We've got to get it from this machine to our other machine, to Sage. So now we're going to have to also start working on Sage. And what we're going to do is this is going to be crazy. But I think we're going to have to, so we have a couple options here. And I feel like a couple of them are very slow. And a couple of them are not so slow. So we need to, if we go back to Excalidraw, and then I'm going to have to get off here pretty soon, guys. I apologize. I've bored you enough for one day. Okay, so we want to get the screenshot over to the actual screenshot. We're going to keep the data on Big Brain, but we need the screenshot itself directly over to Sage here. So the screenshot needs to travel to Sage like that, okay? And we could transfer the file, like literally transfer the file, but that feels slow. We could base 64 encode the image and transfer it over API to Sage, which feels better. And then Sage, when it receives it, would be able to just start doing whatever it does, right? So it feels like that's what we need to do next tomorrow. Is tomorrow we're going to set up a fast API server on Sage, and when we request the screenshot, Python server will take the screenshot, base 64 encode it, send it over to Sage, and Sage won't even, it'll leave it. Sage won't even save it at that point. Sage will just take the base 64 encoded image in memory and start doing all the work on it needs to do. And then once it has done all the work it needs to do, it will send the data to our vector DB. So it will take the results, not our vector DB. It'll send the results to Redis. So it will do it like that. So Big Brain will initiate. Sage will this one will take the picture, and Sage will do the heavy lifting. We might even get a chance to play with some lava tomorrow just for fun and let lava look at some of the pictures and see what it comes out with. And then we'll send back, we'll try to create, start creating our Redis database tomorrow. And I'm going to have to, again, do some research because I've never used Redis. So I don't know, like, for instance, I want to make sure it's persistent. But that's why I'm running the Redis database as a like freestanding machine, because then it runs as a service on this machine, and so it should be persistent. But we'll have to look into that a little bit. And then we'll have our kind of image thing going. So great. I feel like we made some great progress today. I feel like we learned some new things. Really fun. Thanks so much for hanging with me. And we're going to call it a morning, and I'm going to get on about my day. Everybody have a wonderful day. If you got any questions or anything, you can always feel free to hit me over on LinkedIn or hit me on Twitter. I think my Twitter's on here somewhere. You can find me. I mean, just start looking for Knox Places and you'll find me. I'm hiding in the shadows a lot of places. So, all right, talk to you later. Bye-bye.